Today we saw various research designs. Okay, so we are at the juncture where we have collected the data using appropriate research design. That is the first step. So first steps, a proper research question is the beginning. Okay, and second will be a proper research design. Which research design you will choose. When you have selected which research design, then questionnaire going about what you want to measure actually. So each detailing is important. Now you have done that. After that, you will now describe the data. Okay, you will analyze the data. You have huge data now, maybe in thousands, 500, or clinical data maybe 200, 300. Okay, community or field work, the data goes above 1000 many times. So it is a huge data and it will be correctly if we don't make sense out of it. Okay, so in this we have two things. First, describe the data that we have collected, that is called the descriptive statistics. Here you are just describing it, okay, you are not making any inference out of it. So when you make inference out of the data, final inference, okay, smoking causes lung cancer, so that is inferential statistics. That is the different part which involves test of significance, p-value, Banerjee sir told, then alpha error, beta error, etc. So that is inferential statistic. Okay, you data of your sample to the population. Always remember there are two things. Population, which you don't study the whole population. Why you don't study the whole population? Because it is a tedious job. It involves lot of course, financial issues, and so that is why you choose small sample. How you choose the sample is sampling method. Sampling method is types of sampling method, and it should also be very correct so that you get a proper sample. Okay, so how you are going to decide? There will be at the end of session, should know some basic terminology, types of data with example, what is descriptive statistics versus inferential statistics, then what are the measures of central tendency, mean of variability, which are range, interquartile range, and very importantly the standard deviation. So you can get short note if you in your exam on what are the measures of central tendency, what are the measures of variability, or what are the measures of, instead of variability it can also come as what are the various measures of dispersion, or what are the various measures of scatteredness of the data. Okay, so central tendency and variability, these are the two constants, very easy constant out of which you are going to describe the data. So statistics is the science which deals with now collection, analysis, presentation, very importantly easy presentation, and logical interpretation of the numerical facts and data. Data means observation made at the beginning of the experiment, or during, or at the end of the experiment. Observation may be number or any output, any blood pressure reading, or it can be diabetic, non-diabetic, cured, not cured, anything, any observation. So as already been covered, main sources of data can be any experiment, from experiment, surveys, records, previous records, secondary data, etc. So mainly types of data, qualitative and quantitative, we will come to this. Before that, some basic terms understand, okay, which when you read any journal, any article, these things come up. Characteristics, variates, or in any software also. When you are using any software, you may see the variate used or attribute, etc. that you have to fill. Or if you go to any statistician, they may ask you these things, that which is the variate you are using, which is the variate of importance. Then you don't understand what he is asking. Okay, so to take a help also you should have basic knowledge. Otherwise, the helper is at the basic level only. So you have to come up of that basic level. So characteristics. So we all have various characteristics like qualities and measurements. Okay, height, weight, measurements, income, low income, high income, blood pressure, etc. These are the various characteristics. Now, characteristics can be of two types: attribute and variate. Okay, so attribute, always remember this, very important. Attribute recorded in data as label or text. Okay, gender, boy, girl. So you are entering it as a label or a text. What you are going to do? You measure. You are going to count number of males, number of females. So counting. Wherever counting is there, it is a categorical type of data or a qualitative data. Qualitative data, CC counting. Then further, I am just adding. You will use what? Chi-square test. Counting categorical variables, chi-square test. Other variates attribute, the second one is variate, which is recorded as numerals or the measurement. Here you will use the numbers, kgs 50 kg, height 150 centimeters, etc. So these are the measurements, they will have appropriate unit attached with them. So they can be continuous variates, can have values in fractions, 50, 51, 50 kg, 51 kg, but of course you can have 50.5, 50.6, etc. So that is called the continuous variable. Discrete variable has to be a whole number, it cannot be into fractions, cannot assume fractions, or has to be round number, family size, admissions in hospital, round figure. So in the variates you have the continuous variate and the discrete variate. So get this thing very clear, okay. Other terminology is what is a population, what is a sample. So the bigger circle over there is the population, okay, and from sample number A, sample B, sample C. Okay, so if I want to see average height of all the students of DY Patil, so that is the all the big number, that is the population. But I exercise, I will just pick some sample, that is the sample A. Okay, so some objects or events about which we want to obtain information is the population. For example, census is a very big exercise which covered the whole population, and portion of the population selected by pre-decided methods in a way that it represents all unit. So whenever you are picking up that sample, it has to be a representative of the population. How you will ensure that? By using a correct sampling technique. Okay, there is a it will be covered various types of sampling techniques: simple random sampling, stratified sampling, etc. So whenever you are writing the methodology, these things become very important. Type of study, research design आप लिखोगे, place of study, duration of study, sampling method. Okay, so sampling method, then sample size, all these things are very important. Then a population will have only one parameter, one truth in the universe. But when we want to estimate that truth, we can never know the real truth about anything. How many people died in due to COVID? Whatever is the figure in front of us right now, that might not be correct. But we have to go closer to the universal truth. That is what is research basically. So what you do is pick the samples. So sample statistic. You say what? Population parameter, sample statistic. This is the terminology. Population parameter ये है, sample statistic ये है. PPSS. So only population has got only one parameter, and statistic can be as many statistic. Maharashtra, there was one estimate. I took a sample from UP, there was one estimate. Okay, so for a real truth, there can be many versions or the many samples statistic. Clear? And the difference, at this point only I will tell you, the difference of this population parameter truth and the sample statistic average difference is the standard error. Okay, standard error. Then this population has got various dimensions, you describe the population or you describe the sample size which you are taking according to size, geography, geographic area where it belongs to, time frame when you are doing the study, nature, like it is a migrant population or a stable population, structure, means it is a homogeneous population or a heterogeneous. Homogeneous population having very little variation, heterogeneous wide variation in the population. Okay. And sample gives predictions. It gives prediction. It is not saying what value I have got is the correct. It is just giving you the prediction, estimate with reasonable accuracy about population to be studied when sample is drawn out from the population with adequate sample size and the correct sampling method. Okay. So that is the relation between population and other things are variables, like this is the language of statistics which is key to understanding every measurement variable. We are surrounded by variables. Number of attendees today is different from yesterday. Okay, so this is a variable. Assessing the characteristic of a variable, comparing and contrasting two variables, seeking association between multiple variables. So this is what basically we do when we make tables or do the interpretations. So attributes of a variable are its types like continuous, which I said, continuous, discrete and nominal, ordinal also. Then as yesterday Hetal ma'am said, you should identify which is the dependent variable and which is the independent variable. Okay, suppose you are taking weight of the person, that is an independent variable. Occurrence of CHD or diabetes, that is a dependent variable. Okay. Dependent or the response variable, independent or the exploratory variable. So this should be clear. Why this should be clear? When you make which part should go where is important. So which is my dependent variable? When you apply the test, then it is important which is the dependent variable, which is the independent variable, what actually I am testing. Okay. So you should understand that. Then as I said, qualitative and quantitative. So qualitative, it is a enumeration data which is the countable. It will have only figures. Okay. Examples, generally this is asked like what are the types of data. If a short note comes, you have to write these things. Number of patients cured, ABO blood group, religion, Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, there is no quantity attached to it. It is just a number, this thing, countable things. Gender, male, female, diabetic, non-diabetic, urban, poor. So what you will have in the columns, just the countings. Number of diabetics 100, number of non-diabetic 200, for example, like this. In the quantitative, you have the measurement data. They can be continuous, as I said, in fractions or decimal or discrete. So they can assume like pulse rate, blood pressure, blood sugar levels, GFR, etc. etc. So unit, which wherever you find the unit, it is a quantitative. So quantitative has got 3 T's. So whichever is unit using the T, unit, T, unit ka T, quantitative ke T, you will use T test. Just to remember. है ना, ऐसा डेटा रहा जहाँ पे यूनिट्स यूज हो रही है, आप टी टेस्ट यूज करोगे और वो क्वांटिटेटिव डेटा है. तो मतलब just to make easy like which test to apply etc. Then after that you have done with the like what is the category of my data. There are various presentation of data, so there is a separate presentation on it. Tabulation methods, graphical methods. Okay, so what we are doing ultimately, we are reducing the data. 1000 का डेटा था, अभी हम उसको reduce करके interpretable form में ला रहे हैं. So we have to make certain charts, diagrams, etc., tables, and we have to give the huge data. Everyone wants कि क्या mean कितना आया. Okay. Now why it is important to know the type of data or the type of variable and the scale of measurement? Why it is important? Because they require देना है, TTT यूनिट आ रही है तो उसको T टेस्ट देना है. तो inferential statistics. Again the same, helps selection of the test of significance. Okay. Help selection of the data presentation method, which method you will choose also. Then Okay. In the quantitative and qualitative also you have further divisions. In the quantitative you have interval and the ratio scale. In the qualitative or the categorical or the countable variables you have nominal and the ordinal scale. A nominal variable consists of named categories order among the categories. It exists, existential variable property either exists or doesn't exist. Male, female, cancer present absent, heart disease present absent, dead alive, very simple. Religion, coding can be done. So there is no order in this. It's purely a text without any order. No, okay, which is there in this, which is there in the ordinal data. Ordinal or the ordered data where the differences between equal. Okay. For example, grades of students. So when I am saying grade 1, 2, 3, obviously the one which has got a higher grade is superior as compared to the lower grade. But it is not exactly कि higher grade 4, जैसे grade 4 cancer है तो grade 4 cancer is exactly 2, ऐसा कोई straight हिसाब नहीं है. Okay. So where the differences, that is why the term where the differences between the categories cannot be considered to be equal. So you cannot say here like grade 2 multiplied by 2 is equal to grade 4. No, it is just showing you the order of the satisfactory, unsatisfactory. This grading you have done, so there is just an order. An interval variable order, ordinal level of measurement has equal and fixed distances. Intervals between the values. The origin is arbitrary, that is there is no absolute zero in this case. Such scales are temperature scale like Celsius, Fahrenheit, okay, IQ ratio of 100 and IQ 130 is not meaningful as such. So 0 is not meaningful in the interval scale. Okay, no implication of the ratio in the 30 degree Fahrenheit is not twice as hot as the 15 degree. Okay, so 0 has got no meaning, but equal and fixed distances are fixed and equal. Now the most commonly used ones which we maximally use is the ratio scale. Height लेते हैं, weight लेते हैं, कोई भी measurement लेते हैं, blood pressure, blood sugar levels etc. So that is the ratio scale which we most commonly used in lab and most of the clinical work. In addition to the interval level of measurement, it has a true 0 point which has got a meaning. 50 kgs double of the 25 kg, weight in kgs, most lab values. Okay, so many times what happen, you are blood sugar levels, but you are not interested in going towards T test, नहीं लगाना है या फिर जो भी है उसको चेंज करना है, तो आपके पास सारी वैल्यूज है ब्लड शुगर लेवल्स की, जो भी है 200, 300 आया रैंडम, you can give a cutoff and then separate it into the categorical variable like diabetic and non-diabetic. ये आप चेंज कर सकते हो एंड आपका डेटा क्वांटिटेटिव डेटा है, यू कैन कन्वर्ट इनटू क्वालिटेटिव बाय गिविंग अ कट ऑफ बाय सेइंग इट एज लेटर ऑन diabetic, non-diabetic. Okay, to the same patient you can label diabetic, non-diabetic instead of writing its blood sugar level. Second, आपने थोड़ा change किया उसको. Okay. So this is the summary of it. Nominal is the named categories. Ordinal same as nominal plus ordered categories. Interval same as ordinal plus equal intervals. Ratio same as interval but having a meaningful 0 which is not there in the interval. Okay. So as I said, in the descriptive statistics, what you are doing, you have collected, you have organized, you have summarized, you have displayed in the form of various tables, charts, etc. You have analyzed. Very simple things you are doing in the descriptive statistic. You are not making any inference. When you do inference, inferential statistic involves predict and forecast values of population parameter. Now is whatever I have seen in my samples, the mean M1, M2, M3 or whatever, is it applicable to the whole population? Can I apply this? Okay, it is a big decision. If I say the level of antibodies in the PCMC was found to be so and so, so can I apply this finding to the whole population? It is a big decision to take. Okay, so it is in value of population parameter based on the decisions. So here the make decision. So that is why inferential statistic obviously more important, but very simple in the basic homework that you have to do is with the descriptive statistic, of course. Unless that is done correctly, you cannot go further. This is just a summary of it, qualitative, quantitative. In that you have univariate frequency tables you can make, how it changes with the type of data, how the presentation of data changes. You will use some percentages, pie charts, bar diagrams, bivariate, component bar charts, multiple bar charts you can use. Okay. In the quantitative, again, if it is a discrete variable, continuous variable, continuous है तो आप histogram, frequency polygon और frequency curve बना सकते हो, और discrete में frequency distribution again line charts. So it will be taken again in a detailed session, types of data and the graphical representation based on the type of data. So again the continuous variable, अभी हमको describe करना है continuous variable चाहिए, कुछ एक दो नंबर चाहिए जिससे आप पूरे डेटा को डिस्क्राइब कर सकते हो. तो फर्स्ट कांस्टेंट इज ऑफ सेंट्रल टेंडेंसी, under which mean median mode, measures of dispersion under which range, variance, standard deviation, standard error, this is the variation. Then distribution, how in what I have collected, normal distribution, bell shaped curve या skewed है, that is important, and the frequency analysis by the charts, graphs, etc. So why I need this? Basically measures of central tendency. I want to see marks of each student in the class close to each other, how the students are close to each other. I am taking the average central tendency. If I want to see what is the scatteredness, what is the difference between each children, all the 100 children, so I will go about to say what is the measure of dispersion. एक ही डेटा के अलग अलग इंटरप्रिटेशन अगर आपने उसका मेजर ऑफ डिस्पर्शन बता दिया तो इट विल चेंज. सो दैट इज व्हाई it is important to tell SD range also. So first coming to the measures of central tendency, they are the statistical measure which describe the position of a distribution. Okay, they are also called statistics of location and are the complement of statistics of the dispersion, which provide information concerning the variance or distribution. Okay, how it is distributed, how my data is distributed, that is the statistic of dispersion. But how they are located, central tendency. In the univariate context, the mean, median and mode are the most commonly used measures of central tendency, out of which mean is the most commonly used. Okay, so the figure which represents the whole series is neither the lowest in the series nor the highest. It lies somewhere between the two. Average represents all the measurements made on a group and give a concise description of the group as a whole. When two or more groups are measured, the central tendency provides the basis of comparison, mean of group 1, mean of group 2, like that. So it is it's providing you something for the comparison between the groups. A measure of central tendency is a typical value around which other values are going to surround it. Okay, so that is the importance of it. The first one, out of which very simple, we know since school time, like arithmetic mean. It is a mathematical average. It's the most popular measure of central tendency. It is frequently referred to as mean. It is obtained by dividing in a series that is denoted by summation sign, summation x divided by number of observations. N is always what? The sample size or the number of observation constituting the series. Thus mean of a x1, x2, x3, xn denoted by x bar basically and is defined as summation x upon n, sum of all the observations divided by the number of observations. This is very simple. We have totaled and divided by the 10. Simple, just one exercise. So basically how you can do this for a very large data, you have entered in the Excel. Okay, that is why it is very important when you are entering in the Excel, the data should be very clean. The entry should be very clean. The meaning of that is, what happens many times, we are writing for one person male, M-A-L-E, for the second you are writing M, third you are writing small m. We see these things. Many students come to us for the analysis, but we are stuck at the beginning only because the data is not clean. And I won't do that ना, m छोटा m है तो बड़ा, अब वो तो आपको करके आना है. मतलब data be entered in a very nice way, very clean way, then only your work will be. Software or Excel, they want clean data. Data entry operator has got that very important job, or any person who is entering the data should do a clean data entry. So whenever you are writing, for example, weight 50, एक सेल में आपने लिखा 50 kg, में लिखा 50 यूनिट्स, तो यूनिट्स आपको सिर्फ कॉलम में डायरेक्ट लिखनी है. ओके, बार बार नहीं लिखनी है यूनिट्स. यूनिट आपने एक बार ऊपर कॉलम में डिस्क्राइब कर दिया. These are the rows and these are the columns in the Excel. So Excel is a very basic thing where one should at least know how I should enter the data. It should have proper serial number, whatever label it is, name, age, gender, male, female. और उसमें आपने क्या उसको कोडिंग, जैसे बोला है सर ने कि कोडिंग आप दे सकते हो. कोडिंग भी क्या दिया है, कॉलम में ही आप लिखिए, अदरवाइज यू विल फॉरगेट व्हाट इज 0, व्हाट इज 1. ओके, यूनिट कौन सी है ऊपर ही लिखे. Be clean, uniform, capital M, capital F, whatever, और 0101 kg 50 25 50, ऐसा नहीं कि एक में कुछ लिखा है तो वहीं पे पूरी गाड़ी रुक जाती है. तो योर डेटा एंट्री शुड बी, योर एक्सेल शुड बी वेरी क्लीन, वेरी these basic things. You don't require software. You require software for higher analysis, inferential analysis, but for descriptive analysis इसको एक्सेल अच्छे से आता है तो वो इजीली कर सकता है, जिसमें आपने पहले एंट्री सही से करनी है. फिल्टर लगा के आप पूरे एम निकाल सकते हो, कितने पूरे एफ निकाल सकते हो, एक्सेट्रा. एंड इट विल गिव यू द एवरेजेस ऑल्सो. यू फिट द फॉर्मूला, इट विल गिव यू द व्हाट इज द मीन, वेट, मीन हाइट, एक्सेट्रा. Advantages of a mean: it is easy to understand and simple to calculate. It is based on all the values, rigidly defined. It is easy to understand arithmetic averages, even if some of the details of the data is lacking. Many times it is a very general thing, like people ask after a study, what was the average? I did vitamin D. What was the average vitamin D in your study? Or what was the average vitamin B12 in your study? That is सबसे here. It is not based on the position in the series. Extreme values. Okay, it is definitely if you have got something very abnormal value. So if such things come, just check the data. कहीं कुछ गलत entry तो नहीं हो गया है ना? तो वो बहुत important है. It cannot be calculated for many open-ended classes. If you are saying 50 dash, age 10 above, 50 above, okay. Median is the central value of the distribution, central, or the value which describes the distribution in equal part, each part containing equal number of observations. Okay. So what you are going to do in the median, arrange it in the ascending order or the descending order. ये भी एक्सेल करके देता है, आपने उसको उधर कमांड दिया, अरेंज दिस वेट्स ऑफ डिफरेंट पीपल इन असेंडिंग ऑर्डर, तो वो पूरा वहाँ पे आपको असेंडिंग और डिसेंडिंग ऑर्डर में लाके दे देगा. So it is the central value of the variable when arranged in order of the magnitude. So median is that value of the variable, one part comprising of all the values greater and the other part all the values less than the median. So for a small set of data, how you are doing it on your own, arrange the data in ascending or descending order, calculate the cumulative frequencies, apply the formula. For example, now in this one, find the median of 81, 75, 77. So arrange the observations in the increasing order of magnitude. So 71 पहले आ गया, 75. अब ये observations कितने हैं? नंबर है, तो 9th value you will take. Middle, so 9 are there, so you will take the middle value. Middle observation is the second, which is the median. So when it is odd number, you will take the exact median middle value. When it is even number, you will have to take an average of the middle two values. Okay, so this is one of the problem, that when it is even number, you may get a figure which is not there in the series. है ना? The following are the pulse rate per minute of 10 healthy individuals, 82, 79. Now what you did, first arrange the given data in ascending order of magnitude. 60 पहले आ गया, दो बार 60 है, 60, 60, etc. अब ये कितने हैं? 10 है, मिडिल वैल्यू नहीं, 10 है, इवन नंबर है, तो आपने क्या किया, दो बीच की वैल्यू जो है 5th और 6th, क्या है वो वैल्यू? 74 और 75 है, उसका आपने एवरेज ले लिया. ओके, तो 74.5 इज इन द सीरीज, बट दैट इज योर आंसर. एडवांटेज ऑफ मीडियन, मीडियन कैन बी कैलकुलेटेड, all distributions can be understood even by common people. It can be ascertained even if the with the extreme, कहीं पे आ गया एक extreme observation तो इसमें ही रहेगा. It is not affected by the extreme observation as happened with the mean. Can be located graphically. Median value. It is most useful when dealing with the qualitative data. Okay. And the disadvantage on all the values, you are just getting the middle one. It is not capable of further mathematical. बहुत सारी inferential statistics में आपको mean लगती है. Median is not very helpful in the further inferential statistics. It is affected by fluctuation of sampling, and in case of even number of values, it may not be the value from the data. जो भी मैंने example बताया. Third is mode. Or the word came from the fashion industry, like model, most fashionable, मतलब what is most frequently occurring or क्या चल रहा है आजकल. So that is the mode, model. Okay, mode is the most frequently occurred observation in the given series, used by shoemaker, cloth maker, like that. वहाँ से शुरू हुआ ये term. Find mode. So what you will do? It is more. अभी यहाँ पे कितने बार repeated observation in the given series of observation. It is very simple. In a small set of data, you found that it is 75 is the mode in this example. So that was about the measures of central tendency. You are telling the people how close is my data regarding the mean, median, mode, how similar it is, how similar are the marks obtained of the students in a class, how similar the students are, that वो idea दे रहे हो. अभी आपको ये भी important है कि वो students कितने different है एक दूसरे से, कितने same है, mean ने बता दिया, कितने different है, वो measures of variability, dispersion और scatteredness. In this way you will in way you can get a question, scatteredness, dispersion or variability. So how the variability comes in data? Well, like biological variability, the same individual show variation in pulse rate, BP, temperature. Then real variability, higher rate of coronary heart disease in bus driver as compared to the conductor because of strain, tension involved. Real variability which we want to find out. Biological थोड़ा बहुत ऊपर नीचे रह सकता है. Experimental variability. It may be due to method, material used. एक ने एक method use किया, एक ने एक method use किया. So that is why it is very important, जो बोला है सर ने कि documentation important होता है. आप कैसे वो procedure करने वाले हो, वो important होता है. आपने एक lab में result दिया, दूसरे lab में result blood sample दिया, उसने एक technique से किया, उसने दूसरे technique से किया, तो variation आ सकते हैं. So it is very important that all your samples should be should undergo the same whatever procedure. Okay, so it needs what? Experimental variability कम करने के लिए trained interviewer, trained observer, untrained may give variability or the error. So जहाँ तब सर ने बोला था errors. So these are the non-sampling errors. These are non-sampling errors. You can reduce them. You can reduce them by giving more training. Okay, especially for the experimental variability. Sampling errors जो था मतलब आपने अलग अलग सैम्पल्स लिए, सैम्पल ए, सैम्पल बी, सैम्पल सी. There has to be some natural differences between the samples. You have taken height of students in class section A, B, C. So you will get some variability. आप पूरी population का करोगे तो एक sample आएगा, हर एक sample का करोगे तो different उसका mean आएगा. ये एक by nature है. That is sampling error. You can reduce the sampling error if you are using a bigger sample size. These are the non-sampling errors. So these are the important measures of variability. At a glance, they are range, interquartile range or percentile, mean or average deviation, which we also say, standard deviation as variance. Okay, separately you can get out of this note or anything on the standard deviation. Coefficient of variation, that is SD upon mean into 100, and the shape of normal distribution or normal curve. Curve also you are telling the reader that this is how my data is distributed. Okay. Okay, so another thing is this, we'll take in detail tomorrow, I think, standard error. These are also measures of variability. They are standard error of mean most commonly, standard error of difference between two means, standard error of proportion, standard error of difference between two proportions, correlation coefficient. Okay, to understand what it is basically, see, we have taken this whole from this whole big population, we have taken 3 sample A, population का mean capital M, sample C M3. Now standard error, what is standard error? Standard error is variability across the sample. That means how much difference, sample M minus M1, there is some difference. M minus M2, population का जो है और आपने दूसरा सैंपल उसके मीन में कुछ डिफरेंस है, M minus M2, M minus M3, there is some difference, there will be some of the whole population का जो one single truth है और आपके सैंपल का जो truth है. M minus M1 plus M minus M2 plus M minus M3, इसका जो एवरेज है, डिफरेंसेस का एवरेज, that is the standard error. Standard error is variability across the sample. Okay, and standard sample only within this sample. Okay, so SD is variability within the sample. Now what is SD? We'll come to it. Just imagine what is this. Like for example, Pune railway station. So from Pune railway, each location, airport, Pimpri, Kothurud, for example 15 kilometers, 30 kilometers, these are the difference. So the average of this difference of each observation, of each location, average of each difference, average of the difference is the standard deviation of that one sample. Okay, observation 1, observation 2, observation 3, observation 4. For example, this is weight of person 1, weight 2, weight 3, weight 4. There is the difference of each observation from the mean. Each observation from the mean, how much is the difference? इसका जो average है, average distance, that is called the SD, standard deviation. Okay, this is only of this one sample. इसको अंडर रूट करके थोड़ा स्क्वायर करते हैं, फॉर्मूला के हिसाब से मीनिंग सेम है अंडर रूट और स्क्वायर करके, बट इट इज द एवरेज डिस्टेंस of each observation from the mean. I am telling how each student is different in the class from the mean. That is the standard deviation. Across the various samples, लिए, एक बार यहाँ स्टडी किया अलग अलग लोकेशंस पे, तो दैट इज द स्टैंडर्ड एरर is the variability across the sample, and that is the formula of the relation between SD and SE, that is SE, standard error is SD upon under root n. SE is SD upon under root n. So a standard error will be taken in detail tomorrow by Jadhav sir. At this point it was important to know what is the difference between SE and SD. So range, very simple thing, lowest observation to the highest observation in the given series. Maximum value minus minimum value. Very poor measure of variation sample. क्यों? क्योंकि सैंपल में आप जनरली थोड़ा सिमिलर कैरेक्टरिस्टिक पीपल, जो है ना, कल बोला था कन्फाउंडिंग नहीं होना चाहिए, मैचिंग होना चाहिए, थोड़ा सिमिलर रहना चाहिए. So it's not a very good measure of variability. So it is simply by giving the differences between maximum and minimum. Second thing which comes is the interquartile range. Okay, so what is in order as you did for the finding out the median, and find median in the lower half. Okay, so lower half middle value will give you Q1, upper half value will give you Q3, that is quartile 1, quartile 3, and median is nothing but quartile 2 only. Okay, so this is the interquartile range, means it is, you are telling my data is ranging, the interquartile is much, 77 minus 64, 13. So what again you are telling, okay, you, for this interquartile range also there is a thing called box plot, है ना. बॉक्स प्लॉट को आप SPSS से, ये एक्सेल में नहीं होगा, SPSS से you can draw the box plot of the various measurements. So interquartile basically it is 25% in each quarter. Okay. Other measures are average or the mean deviation, that is summation x minus m upon n. Okay. Then standard deviation formula is this one, under root summation of x minus m whole square upon n minus 1. So whatever I have written there, under root of the square of the difference, है ना, x minus 1, x minus m. Okay, so mean value minus the each observation value का summation जो है, and SD is very simple, variance is SD square, that is very simple. Now height of all students of a class, for example 100 students, mean height you found out 174.52 centimeter. What is the dispersion? You told that it is 160 minus 182, maximum minimum, standard deviation 11.5 आपने निकाला है. You will report this result as mean plus minus SD, है ना, ऐसे ही जनरली आपके आर्टिकल्स में लिखा रहता है. तो SD will give the reader an variation in the sample, so it is important. And how you derived this standard deviation? So if x1, x2, x3 and xn are n number of observations, then SD is defined as summation of xi minus x whole square, where x is mean of a given data set. You will understand this with a further example over here. For example, the following are height in centimeter of 167, 170, 168, 175 and 172. Find SD. So for first you have done, you have found out its mean. What is small m? Small m is the mean. Okay. Then x is each value. So the 170.4, sorry, one udhar रहना चाहिए, 170, and total is 852. So 855, simple. 170.4 is the mean height. From the mean height, you subtracted each value now in the column, second column, x minus m. You have done 170.4 plus 167, 170.4 minus 170, 170.4 minus 168, so minus minus जैसा भी है, x minus m is the difference of each observation from the mean. What I said, distance of each location from the railway station. Railway station we are assuming as a mean. Okay, that is x minus m. What you are doing further? Square root. You are doing a square of it. You are multiplying it with it. So minus sign will go away. Okay, and so the total 41.2. अब इसमें क्या रहता है, जब भी 30 लेते हो n minus 1 less than 30 n minus 1. So यहाँ पे instead of 5 you divided it by 4. 5 observations, 5 you have taken n minus 1, that is 5 minus 1 4. So that is the square root of the total divided by n minus 1. So you have to find out under root for that. आपको ये मैनुअली नहीं करना होता है, just you should know the interpretation of the standard deviation, how the formula has come up, and softwares do it for you, and even the Excel do for you. Okay. So standard deviation, it is a square root of the average of squares of the deviations from the mean, what I said just now. What it measures the spreadness of the data about mean. SD increases as spreadness about mean increases. If SD is 0, it means all the observations are identical. किसी के मार्क्स में डिफरेंस नहीं है, सबके मार्क्स बराबर है. That is SD is equal to 0. Okay, indicates all observations are identical. So if n is less than 30, then replace n in the denominator by n minus 1. So that is why 5 minus 1 4 in the denominator. Merits of SD or standard deviation, it is based on all the observations. It is a better measure of dispersion than range and mean deviation only. Okay, it is least affected by fluctuations of sampling, and it is independent of change of origin. This example I have given. Applications, most commonly used measure of variation. Most commonly used measure of variation is the standard deviation. Like most commonly used measure of central tendency is mean. It also used to measure variance, coefficient of variation. Higher the SD, higher the variation, provided the unit of measurement are same. जितना ज़्यादा SD है उतना ज़्यादा वेरिएशन है एक पर्टिकुलर डेटा में, सिर्फ आप हाइट ले रहे हो उसमें. Presuming that also call it as a Gaussian distribution, we can make certain predictions about the distribution of values within the sample using the SD. The approximate predictions are this: 68% values, I can say, I can tell to the reader that 68% of 1 SD. That is a very norm. 98% values will be mean plus minus 2 SD, 99 mean plus minus 3 SD. This range is called confidence interval for the sample. Tomorrow also this will be confidence interval will be taken in detail by Jadhav sir. Okay, so which is represented by a curve, a normal curve. It is also used to determine the precision, consistency, reliability of the instrument. Reliability of the instrument can be calculated by SD of repeated measurements, है ना, कितना difference आ रहा है. It provides basis for most of the statistical inferences procedure. Inferential statistics में जो सबसे ज़्यादा commonly use आपको बार बार पूछेगा सॉफ्टवेयर में, वो पूछेगा SD कितना है, पूछेगा mean कितना है, inferential statistics softwares में. Okay, so I was telling about 98%. This much data, 68% data is between 1 SD. So this is plus 1 SD minus 1 SD. This is plus 2 SD minus 2 SD. 99% plus 3 SD minus 3 SD, and this is the mean. This is the standard normal curve or the Gaussian distribution. So I am telling, apart from the mean, I am also telling to the reader Okay. कोई variability in two or more series of data. Now height I have compared और marks only I have compared, but I want to compare height ज़्यादा वेरी कर रही है बच्चों की या weight ज़्यादा वेरी कर रहा है, दो अलग अलग वेरिएबल है. Whenever we want to compare the variability in two or more data which differ in their averages or measured in different units of measurement, coefficient of variation is used. Okay, so it measures the variation relative to the size of the mean. It is independent of the measurement. इसका फॉर्मूला है CV is equal to SD upon mean into 100 when you do it for manually. It can also be used to compare the variability between two or more of the data. Same person, two attributes you want to compare. इसकी height ज़्यादा vary कर रही है, weight. For example, following table shows mean with SD, height and weight. Now what is varying more? CV. Which parameter is more variable, height or weight? CV for height is 4.15, for weight it is 16.94 using that formula. So you can say that weight is more variable compared to the height. That is the use of CV for different measurements. Okay, that's it in the descriptive statistics.